Yo, can anybody hear me?
Yo, man.
What's up?
Hello, I can
Just
hear
getting
you.
geared up. We're now streaming on bloomers.tv.
Yup.
What's going on with you, man?
At work. Waiting on someone to come fill in real quick while I take a break.
Nice. Jose, I see you lighting up.
Do you hear noise from my
I
end?
hear you. No noise.
No, it's because I have my microphone open. I see the circle too, but I was.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you were talking or not.
Yeah. Happy to see Jesus Coin here. I know your time are more like free on the night, so appreciate you coming over on a Friday at
Yeah.
this noon. I don't know if you will
Yeah, no
have the
worries.
time to. I don't know if you will have the time to be to the full call, but I'm waiting to see if Tommy also appears. We are going to give you the player role to both of you. Tommy already is a player. This is more like to make the ritual thing, and to have a moment together here on vocally about giving the player role to you and Tommy, because both of you have been super active these days. I really appreciate you taking the time on nights to study about metagame and to helping us fixing all the issues on the page. I have been doing all the, like the community side of things, and I hadn't the time to check on those playbooks. So I do see the I do see the awakening happening. I really appreciate so much people coming over and testing the product and now getting activated as players. So great.
Sorry, 1 second. I'm walking.
Welcome timed. We're
What's
just
up, Tom, man?
minutes to start our call. Right now, this is our like check-in moment for the players to check in, to catch up. But also today, we are welcoming Jesus Coin as a player. So big props to him. We are also waiting for Tommy to see if he pops up. But big props to him for reactivating after quite a couple of seasons. Doing other things. I know right now he's on Colombia. Traveling and evolving, looking for wellness as the center of their actions. So for this player like ceremony, that we want to ritualize this step, to be vocal about appreciating somebody taking the time for us to see it as a player, and we are still I am still like distillating which can be the best process to do the ceremony, right? But for today, I wanted to play a song. uh, I just remember this song. This song, the name is the like Ode to Joy. That is the name on English, if I'm not wrong. Ode to Joy. This is a song. This is a poem of 1792, and it was musicalized by Beethoven, and then on the 40s on Spain, it was revived for on Spanish by Miguel Rios, and I'm going to play that version with some Caribbean vibes. But I think this song addresses the overall values of what we are looking in coordination, in global coordination and intercultural exchange. So I thought it was a nice song. So yeah, happy to share it today. Escucha, hermano, la canción de la alegría. Es el canto alegre que espera un nuevo día. Ven, canta, sueña cantando, vive soñando el nuevo sol, en que los hombres volverán a ser hermanos. Si es que no encuentras la alegría en esta tierra, busca al hermano más allá de las estrellas. Ven, canta, sueña cantando, vive soñando el nuevo sol, en que los hombres volverán a ser hermanos. Oh, this was not my best version of the song. I think we will get getting better through the time. If you let me, I will try this version I found in another key. Escuche, hermano, la canción de la alegría. Es el canto alegre del que espera un nuevo día. Ven, canta, sueña cantando, vive soñando el nuevo sol, en el que los hombres volverán a ser hermanos. Si en tu camino solo existe la tristeza y el llanto amargo de la soledad completa, ven, canta, sueña cantando, vive soñando el nuevo sol, en el que los hombres volverán a ser hermanos. This was a better transcription of the song. If this song is familiar to you, I'm going to translate. Listen, my brother, to the song of the joy. Is the happy singing that waits for a new day. Let's sing together, let's dream together. To wait for the new song that will make the man's of earth brothers again. So I'm going to give the player role to Jesus Coin. I'm going to remove the trial role, and he's officially a player. So I'm going to with our tech side, so they can let me know how I can get you into the coordinate, or how will be the process to set you up nicely. Thank you for being disengaged and inspired by the newsletter and the resources this project have been raising as a vision, and we look forward to connect on this Web3 journey. So welcome.
Glad to be here.
I also see Katerina already joining, so I think she will be here just on time for her slot.
Welcome, KBC.
Welcome, Katerina. I just reconnected, so I don't know if you talked before or she just left.
Yeah.
She might be thought. Did you hear her?
Nope.
Hello?
Welcome back, Katrina.
Hello. Welcome, Katerina. I don't know if you are talking, but I'm not hearing you. I just saw that you opened your mic, but it's not sending signal at the moment. Not working. Do you hear me, Ko?
Yes, I do.
Okay, if you hear me and I hear you, we are good. They need to reconnect.
Only we could troubleshoot 4 people.
Yeah, these things used to happen. I know we are making a tweet over metagame, so I'm going to share here for you to share it.
Do we also need to give a role to certain people to speak, or is that just to chat in the side chat?
I think everybody's up to talk here, but I give a special role to the speakers. Yes, this is a guest speaker role, and Nate Sweets and Katerina had them, so they might be able to speak. Oh, let me see, maybe Katerina, I just give you a new role. Maybe if you reconnect now, you will be able to speak. I just guessing.
Okay, I think this works now. It was the headphones.
Uh-huh.
This was like headphones.
Nice, welcome.
They were unplugged.
Yes, they were plugged in.
Great. Now I hear you super clearly. How are you doing? Thank you for being here.
No problem. Doing well, thanks. Okay, this works.
Great. Yeah, so maybe we can wait for 2 minutes more for you to finish setting up and for us to share the tweet. Katerina, if you feel like starting, we can start, but also we are having some issue because our device is freezing during the tweet. So if we can wait a minute more to send the tweet, we can get more people coming over.
Yeah, okay. Take the minute.
Okay, we have our tweet up. If you can like and retweet it, we can reach other people. We already did one hour before. Okay. Are we ready?
We are ready.
Okay, everything is set up. So, welcome to Metagame Community Gathering 145 edition. TogetherCrew and his title is Make Your Communities Healthier. So, welcome, Katerina. Looking forward to know what you have to share with us.
Thanks for having me again. Maybe let's start differently because I have been presenting here before. So who has heard about TogetherCrew already?
Just a little bit, but not enough. I'm in the RNDAO Discord.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So RNDAO is yeah.
I noticed recently that some people over Erendao doesn't know about metagame, so I think that the same happens here. So I think that we can start from scratch, and that will be amazing.
Yeah, definitely for sure. So as as RNDAO has been mentioned, RNDAO is research and development DAO, and TogetherCrew is one of the projects that comes out of RNDAO. We are still part of the DAO. So if you want to find out more about TogetherCrew or what RNDAO is doing and the different projects, just feel free to join the server. I don't have the server URL right now on there.
Drop it in the chat.
Lovely, thank you. Let me begin with sharing the screen. It should come up. Perfect. Thank you, cool. So slides. Where is it? View full screen. Okay, doesn't work. Anyway, so TogetherCrew started with the idea that in order to have a healthy community, we need to stop thinking about vanity metrics. So we need to stop thinking about how many posts does somebody make, like is the GM channel active, yes or no. And that started, when did we start? 2022, I think that was it. So it was still the good times. DAOs were in full swing, and everybody was talking about communities and how important DAOs are, and it's going to be the future of it. So that was the setting of TogetherCrew, in where we started, and we really wanted to. We had this thesis that a healthy community is a community where there are conversations happening, where you have little groups that are meeting each other and kind of nerding out on their on their preferred topic, and then you have another group somewhere else in a community talking about something completely different, but everybody going into the same direction of establishing the mission, or working towards the higher goal, higher mission of the community. And one of the assumptions behind TogetherCrew is also that without information, people can't make good decisions. Now, of course, you can have too much information and then you don't know what to do because you're just overloaded with it. But you need information in order to make decisions. And in order to get information, you need to have conversation, because you could read everything on the internet, but first, that will be a very lonely activity. And secondly, you would be overwhelmed because certain decisions have to be very technical. So then it's better to talk with an expert in that domain than to try to know everything. So based on that, somebody who has a specific position in the community where they get a lot of information will be in a better position to make decisions that are good for the community. The flip side is that also somebody who is in a central position in the community has the power to steer the community or the DAO in a direction that they want and that maybe other people don't want. So as the old saying goes, information is power. And we took these two things in together. So information is power, and you need conversation to have a healthy community in order as the basis for TogetherCrew. So as I just mentioned, kind of from a more marketing perspective, like I don't know who of you was alive in the 1950s, but it was all about broadcasting. I mean, you had university, like distance learning. We know that now as kind of MOOC and a video session, but distance learning actually started with the post service, where you would get per mail carried to you on a horse your course, and you will study like that. And of course, this evolved over time. And then in the 1950s, we had broadcasting. So we sat down, you had the family who gathered around the TV or the radio, if we're thinking about the 1930s, and they just listened to a stream of audio, and they couldn't really contribute to the audio. And then, that changed once we had the telephone. You could call into shows. But point is, there was first broadcasting, and then there was pay-per-click, where humans were made that we had some say in what we're doing by being able to click stuff and like things, and kind of like made us feel happy because we had some agency. But it was still, everything was still very centralized by companies. And now with community powered, it's another form of marketing or conversation or growing communities and companies and DAOs by really putting the decision-making power into the community, and where the community is also rewarded for the actions that they're taking. So it's not just community members, please go out and buy my NFT, but community members, if you go out and buy my NFT, you get this and this back. So it's we're building more and more of these feedback loops between the higher level DAO or creator or project or company and the members in that community. And in case this was not convincing enough, the communities aren't anything new, and Web2 is full of communities. And so there is already data about it, and companies that have, and now I'm saying companies because I'm really thinking about, because the data is based on traditional Web2 companies. So getting product feedback, that's something that you get from your community in a very honest way and in a very quick way that you wouldn't get in any other form, unless you have a brick and mortar store and people are testing out the products in front of you. And community also drives things like higher retention rate or faster sales cycle. So there is, there is enough evidence that communities are important for profit companies, but also for non-profit companies. Now, unfortunately, communities are often still part of the marketing department, which means that a lot of the metrics are focused on how can we make more money. But given that these are for-profit companies, that's a metric that makes sense. Now, we have spoken with a lot of community members over the 2 years. And what we have seen and what we experience ourselves is that there's so many tools. As a community manager, you have to use a lot of different tools. I mean, here you have the Discord, where there's one part of the community, kind of the inner part of the community. You mentioned Twitter before, so you have your outer circle of the community, where and that's also an area that you have to reach out to. MetaGame has a Telegram group. Fine, another community where you need to post stuff and keep active. You have your tokens, so there's a way for reward system. I don't know if you're still using D-Work, but when I was here for at the beginning, yeah. Anyway, so D-Work is another tool community managers need to take action on and keep an eye on. And then if somebody is active on D-Work and doing lots of work, but they're never in your Discord, is there something wrong with that? How can you combine these two data sources? And it's just so much in so different places. So that's one problem community managers are facing. This second thing, which is related to the first one, is execution. A lot of the work, so a lot of the processes that community managers are doing, because they are targeting other humans, a lot is not yet automated. And I've spoken to people who never want to automate anything in the community because they're like, well, I'm dealing with humans, I don't want to put them in front of a robot, and like, fine, no problem. But if you have to send every Monday a welcome, like a good morning email to thousands of people, you better start to automate this, unless you're gonna burn out. So community managers have to deal with lots of data and lots of tools across different places, plus lots of manual labor. I don't know if somebody wants to chime in here, if they've experienced something else right now, or if they agree with it. I'm moderating a channel on Farcaster, and for fuck's sake, it's a lot of work. And can people just read the channel norms? So what we're trying to do at TogetherCrew is to solve for is solving community managers' well-being. I think that's really what we're trying to do, like making sure that community managers are not burning out, that they are able to put the hours that they have on the tasks that really matter, so on the human-to-human interaction. And we're doing this by gathering data across the different platforms. And with that comes the issues of identifier and stuff like that. And then also automating workflows. So there's certain things that we believe should be automated because they're very, let's say, low impact, or to put it differently, the potential costs of automating let's say, an onboarding email is lower than a benefit or that the new member is getting. But so it's lower than the benefit a new member is getting. When you're when you're joining a new community and you just kind of like dropped into, I don't know, a fire pit, or sometimes I don't know, some Discord communities feel like you enter them and you're like, wow, what's going on here? There's like thousands of channels, no good channel names, no good channel description. You are unsure who's actually leading what. It's pure chaos, and then there's no real onboarding information, and you're like, well, whatever, I don't have time for that. Or at least that's me. I have a life outside of the Discord, and I'm just in and out then. So we're focusing on automating the flows that need to be automated. And currently what we're having on the dashboard or on the tool is data. So how healthy is the community, and automating some automations. Sorry, so distracted by the chat for a second. On the dashboard side, we are showing you who are your active members, how good is your onboarding? And with that, I mean, do people who join your community, do they become active, or they're just peeking in and saying what the fuck and then just leaving? And then that's for the active members, and then for the inactive members, we're showing how many are dropping out and what role they were before. Because I know everybody is created equal, but if I'm managing a community and 50% of the members who become disengaged were the ones who were really active, I'm going to jump into action, compared to if 50% of the members, well, not 50, but 70% of the members who disengage were just joined and like, okay, I need to do something. Some of my onboarding isn't really working there. So there's that's something that you're getting from the user acquisition, from the analytical side. Then for the automated nudges, what we're doing there, like the picture was from an older experiment that we tried, and it's still running in the back end for a couple of communities, and we're actually getting really good conversion rates, but the front end isn't done. So with that experiment, what we decided to do is sending a DM to community members who are, well, disengaged, and that happens for different reasons. And in some cases, it's just that life happens and people forget that, for example, a MetaGame exists. Like, I completely forgot that I left the server. I don't even really realize why did I leave the server. Anyway, with automatic nudges, we're seeing around 15 to 30% conversion rates of community members joining, with community members again becoming active in the community. And then something that became live 2 weeks ago is smart announcements. So you can, using TogetherCrew, you can schedule an announcement, and these appear in a specific channel. You can tag a Discord role, or what you can also do, if you notice that your announcement aren't really reaching the right people, you can decide to send the announcement directly as a DM. And then again, there you can tag specific people, you can tag specific roles, Discord roles, and you can also tag them by engagement level. So for example, you can make a campaign where you want to reward all the active members, and then you send them a DM just for those ones where they can click on something and then get, I don't know, whatever, seats, because we're in MetaGame. Looking at the time, I should have time for that. A quick demo. I don't know if somebody in here has a server that they want to test out. Unless I show you the dashboard using my server. Yeah.
I do. Yeah, because you know that one of my responsibilities at the moment is to use the TogetherCrew analytics to measure our health community data. So I still don't do it for the first time. So if we can check MetaGame, I would love to
definitely
see it and be guided so I can know how to do it then on my own.
Okay, so go on, share your screen. Jose, do you want to share your screen, and then we're looking at your screen, and I'll walk you through it. And you're muted if you're talking. Oh yeah, okay, I see it coming up.
Oh, I was muted. Sorry. Yeah, I was like,
no worries.
I don't have the link of TogetherCrew. Can you send it on the?
Yeah, it's up. Wait, I put it in the chat. Up. Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay. Always lovely doing a demo on a call with everybody watching.
Oh yes, I think that this was what I needed to start with. So it just feels on synchronicity. Hmm? Hmm. So I do have to create a new community because I already was told to use the tool, but I wasn't aware if we already had it. So I guess I have to create a new community from
Yeah.
scratch.
Yeah, so we're most probably 2 to 3 weeks out for Discord admins to share the dashboard with everybody in the community. So let's see if you have the right access.
So I just created MetaGame.
Mm-hmm.
What will be the first step to go?
Click on connect your community. Yeah, or connect platform. And then we are working on Telegram. So hopefully that will be done before the summer. Telegram's API is another lovely pain we're dealing with.
I have to put the two-factor authentication
Yeah.
stuff. So. I just tried to connect to Authy through my cell phone, and it's asking me for a password I don't remember, so it's gonna get a little longer than I expect.
Okay, while Jose is looking for the password, does anybody have questions about TogetherCrew, our thesis, or features that you would love to see?
Of another community, you say?
No. Like, are you able to set it up now? You said you're looking for the password.
Can you? Yeah, I'm looking for the password at the moment, so let me go see if I can use it through my Authy on desktop. I just closed the screen to do it. Okay, I have it. Okay, I'm going to screen share again. I also see Chuck Harrison joining. Welcome, Chuck. So, do you see my screen now?
It's coming up. So click on again Discord Connect.
This platform is already connected to another community.
Okay, so Path needs to disconnect it.
Okay, already Beth got some settings doing, and he's on vacation.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that can be immediately. So what can we do to still have some practice?
So I can do unless somebody else has a community they like to show. I can do a quick demo using. I'm sitting outside and it's starting to rain for like only day ever in this country. 4 minutes. So let me do a quick demo of the dashboard. Yeah. So it's not active because my kids don't use Discord, even though I try them. Maybe I need to put homework and kind of ways to earn money on Discord, and then they're all gonna flock to it. So how do people use it? A lot of people are just focusing on these top numbers there. One thing we're doing differently compared to other tools is that we allow people to be people. And if you are inactive for like a week or two, if you're inactive for a week, we are not going to mark you as inactive. You really have to be on holidays for 2 weeks, and then you are marked as disengaged. So most people just look at this and then they kind of get a quick assessment how good they are. Like if everything is going well, it's like if you go to the doctor and you're taking the pulse or like just measuring your temperature, a quick idea, are you on the right way? Then this heat map there at the bottom, that is used to see in in order to make sense of the channels, maybe you want to close certain channels, or some people use it to decide when to post an announcement or an event. One thing that I've talked about with I talked with an L2, and they were trying to figure out, do the right people join? And then we looked at here this onboarding, which of course now for me looks very sad. So so here you can see when do they join, and what we are, where is it again? Here. What is really nice is that you might have 1,000 or you might have 10 people joining, which is nice. But what you also want is that these, at least let's say 8 people, are still active after 2 weeks. So here you can see how good is your community in integrating new people into the community. And then for you guys, as you're using Twitter a lot for getting people into your community, if you have, let's say you have like a big speaker next week, and you're announcing this on Twitter, and then you should see here, no, you should see here, your returned members coming up. And that's one of the graphs I looked at for MetaGame just before, where was it? Meta OS was launched. And this graph looked like the numbers just went up, because with the launch, a lot of people who became inactive went back into the community, tried to like figure out what was happening and so on. And then you can see here how good is your communication with the outside world in getting old members to return back into the community. These community health figures, they don't really now make sense because my community is empty, but I'm happy to jump on a call to talk you through them. What is, I think, the nicest is the smart announcement, where on Mondays or whatever day, once per month, you can schedule all your announcement and then you're done. The private message was done because not everybody checks the announcement channel. If you're like me, I'm sorry, but it's one of the channels I mute first, because I want to be in control of how many red dots I'm seeing, and I want them to be close to 0. But anyway, with these private messages, what you're doing is that you actually DM your members, and you can decide who will get it. So by role, specific user, as I mentioned, or by the engagement category. And that's the new thing that came out. Questions? I know this was super fast.
I think it's great, and if we can have a one-one call when I set up TogetherCrew for us, that would be amazing. I just can see how this can improve for innkeepers to do their responsibilities, and what you say about when to share announcements. This can help us to see, who are the times where we have the most interaction here, and also it can measure how effective our onboarding actions are when we get new members joining, and if we get them active along the week. So that's really gratifying for those things. But yeah, I would like to use the tool in order for that to be effective. So I like it. Thank you.
No problem. So what I've seen, what 2 larger communities have done is they use this table filtered for consistently active, and then downloaded the CSV, and the CSV gives you the Discord IDs, and then they use this to give exactly those people a specific role, kind of like as a way to reward them. So you were talking about the keepers, so then that's one way you can do this. I'll stop sharing so that if there's for the next speaker to start. And yeah, happy to do a one-on-one call whenever you're set up.